Ned, Tori here. How are we? I hope you're all doing well. So do excuse if there's like any hiccups in this video. This is my first time filming in this new setup, which I do believe is actually the next video you'll see because I kind of made a little mess up with my schedule. So you'll know all about what's behind me in the next video. So this is my first time filming this as a new setup. So we'll figure it out how we go along. I'm not sure if I like how the camera's set. We'll just figure it out as we go. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of this video, and as you might have seen from like my Florida haul and my recent Shop Disney haul, I've got quite a backlog of pins. Like this whole bag worth of pins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, but no, probably 5 honestly, and 14.
And I recently, not long ago, just the end of last year, I reorganized my pin board. I think I did it as a TikTok video. And I've got it looking really cute, but now we're gonna have to change it all up again because I need to fit these pins on somewhere somehow. So I'll just show you what the pin board looks like currently and we'll go from there, see how we can figure it out. So this is how the pin board is currently looking. So I did all this bit as the Winnie the Pooh section. Also, just quick note, this is really worrying me. I noticed it the other day. I never leave gaps. As you can see, it's nice and organized. That looks like a pin-shaped gap. I've searched the floor all around where my pin board is and I can't find anything, but that just doesn't seem like me to leave something like that. And looking at my collection, I can't notice anything missing, but do you see what I mean? That looks like a pin-shaped gap. So I'm keeping my eye open for a pin on the floor, but I haven't found anything yet. Anyway, we've got that, which then moves into the Tsum Tsum section because Tsum Tsums connects Winnie the Pooh to Star Wars, as you can see here. So we've got a little Star Wars section there. This bit down here is my Parks / Disney Cruise section with my mini It's a Small World collection down here, which I have got a Small World pin to add on as well. That then goes up into a little bit of a miscellaneous section because I've got some Marvel pins I got from mystery packs. Most of those up in the corner are from mystery packs, and then just some other random ones that didn't really fit into a collection. And then with the gap I had in the middle, I had these two prints. So they're so cute. So I just used them to fill up the gap. Obviously I'm gonna have to take them off to fit all of them on. So that's the plan. I'll then have to find some new homes for these because they're too cute to like hide away. But obviously we'll also see how much space that takes up, but I'm anticipating that these will take up most of this. And we'll obviously find a guy to move over here if I don't find anything otherwise. So yeah, that is the plan. Okay, so I've put you on just a bit of a different angle so you can see the pin board and see what I'm doing. I think first I really want to get the It's a Small World pin out of the way because obviously the rest are all Winnie the Pooh, so they should all be easy, quote unquote, she says. But now actually thinking about it, I think the best thing would be to do if we get the prints out of the way. They look so cool on here, but they do have to go. It is a pin board, not a print board. So unfortunately, they will have to go. But hopefully I will be able to find somewhere else to display them because they are so cute. Actually, I said I was going to have it like this so you can see, but the It's a Small World pins are just down the bottom here. So how big is this? Let me actually go get my jar, which I keep all my pin backers in, because otherwise I think this is just going to get a bit of a messy very quickly. So let me get that and I'll be back. Okay, that is better. That's now helpful that I've actually got this to put them straight in. It's filling up very quickly. So I think my plan is I'm gonna move the Star Wars pins up a little. I said I have a plan. I don't have a plan. There's no plan to this. So I won't be doing any close-ups of these pins in this video because otherwise we will be here ages, but I will leave the videos of all the hauls where they're featured in the description down below, as well as the last time I did a pin collection video, which might have just been my Winnie the Pooh ones, but I'll leave that down below anyway for you so you can get insights into whatever you need. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna move this Disneyland Paris pin. Oh no, that still doesn't fit there. This one's too big. Let's move him as well. I'm at the wrong angle to see how it's going in. That's good. They're then all next to each other. But now this one's hard to find a home for because it has its little dangly bit at the bottom. I've also now left myself with a very awkward space to try and fill. So I'm going to try and move Mickey there. Move the autograph book because then that gives that space to dangle. Then the castle. Oh, that fits really well there. I've just got this autograph book left over. I realise you can't see it from now where I've re-propped it up. Can you see? I don't think so. When we worry about the Winnie the Pooh bit, you will be able to see. It's just this little first bit that I think is actually the hardest bit. I'm gonna move Space Mountain. That should slot in there, she says. Space Mountain has kind of got away from the parks area. It's just up here, but it's still in the zone. That's what matters. It's kind of gone up with where the miscellaneous pins are. But until I get a brighter idea, that's going to be where it has to live. It's still kind of near where the Dole Whip is, so. Okay. So this is what I've done. The It's a Small World pin is just here with Mickey Minnie Cruising. So it's next to all the It's a Small World pins here, which I also wanted to be kept close to my cruising pin because I thought they'd link in. And this was the problem I was having. To fit that in, I had to rejiggle these pins, which meant I had to move Space Mountain up there, which is kind of annoying because that's the Disney Park section. But you can see what I mean. He's near the Dole Whip. Those two are from Hong Kong, so he's not too far away. Anyway, now we can move on to the Winnie the Pooh bit, which should be easier, quote unquote. Should be. I think the first thing I want to do before we actually get into putting any of the new... Oh no! I was just about to say I wanted to find one of the smaller pins to move into that hole, but then I saw this pin on the pile and I think he'll be the perfect size just to fill that gap, because that gap is making me very nervous that I've lost the pin. This board literally just lives on my wall. I don't know where it had gone to and I literally can't recognise one's missing. But it just doesn't seem like me to have that gap there. So, little Pooh. Oh, he fits in there perfectly. I love that. Anyway, the rest should be fairly easy because I'm just going to work on filling up from this side and then moving across. So, also my Winnie the Pooh key pin, I've already got a key pin. So it does kind of make sense to keep them together, but that would be easier said than done. So my other key pin is slotted very nicely down here. I'm going to save this one to last actually because I think it's so small. It would actually, no, hang on. I say something and then an idea comes to me as I'm saying it. Maybe I should just do this video like in silence because my commentary is, this is why I don't do like sports commentating for a living. I would be rubbish at it. Okay. That, I thought that would look good just fitting in there. There we go, because now that kind of gives it a flat across there, so now we literally have a square to work with. As for what to start with, I don't particularly know. Maybe start with like the bigger items and then work our way smaller. Maybe that'll be easier. I think this is the biggest pin. It's the Happy Pooh Year pin for 2023. The backs are all on so stiff, oh my god. And since we have got such an open clear bit there, we might be able to work up and down because we're not having to like fit in like with the Small World pin fitting into slots. So maybe that's how I'm gonna go and we'll see how that works. These are literally, I've got the backers off, it just won't come off the board. There we go. I'm gonna go for this one next because where I've just done this gap next to these mystery pins here, it's got kind of like a little indent, so I think Tigger's tail will be able to go in there quite well. Oh yeah, that's gonna work really well. Because look, his tail actually goes up into the slot, so that fills that space really well. That looks like just the size for one. Now, which one is it going to be? You look a bit too big. You're a maybe, okay. You're a maybe. Maybe. Too small. Maybe. Maybe. Too small. Okay. We're going to start off with the first maybe to see how that goes. That was the first one I put as a maybe, and I do think that fits in there perfectly. And that's just below where I put the key earlier. So I do think that's a good decision. I might actually move the key up a little. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Maybe when I have to come to reorganizing them at a later date, I'll move the two keys closer together, but at the moment I'm not too worried about it. We're heading back up to the top. I think I might start with this one. This I got from Box Lunch, and I think it is the biggest out of the new ones. So since we've got space up at the top, we might as well just put it up there so we know it has got its space. Honestly, just going off on a bit of a side tangent, just looking at all my Winnie the Pooh pins, I just love how colourful it is. Just looking at them just makes me so happy. That's why I love being a pin collector, and specifically a Winnie the Pooh pin collector, because just the colours and seeing them all together just makes me so happy. Okay, I've now left myself a bit of an awkward space to work with here, but I think I have an idea. So we've got this Pooh. Actually, no, this is the one where Pooh isn't even featured on it. We've got Christopher Robin, and then the rest of the gang in the umbrella, where it's like two separate pins in one. But I think we might be able to get that to work just in that little slot. Christopher Robin has to go on first, so he is looking over at them. I'm hoping... Okay. Or would that be a better use of the space? I'm now just questioning, because that leaves a little bit of a gap there, and when it comes to my pinboard I like to make the most of the space. Christopher, you need to come off. You need to come off now, because that will fit in better with the gap. Then does that, yeah, and then that leaves a nice little space for him down there. Hold them both up to see how they... That should actually work out pretty well. Yeah, because then Pooh fits in nicely with where the Legends of the Force sign is. He fits in quite nicely in that little indent there. So we're now left with two pins. One is a square one and one is like a rounded one. So I think I might put the square one up the top there. That fits perfectly actually. And then we're left with this Winnie the Pooh Day pin, which it's a funny shape one, but I don't think it matters now because this is the last pin. It's the last pin and I also can't get it off. So now we're left with the choice of where do we want him? Down there or up there? There or there? In all honesty, I don't think it makes a difference, but I think I'm going to put here because there's already like a little bit of a slope there and he is quite a rounded pin, and this one would be a good space to save for like another square pin or maybe a bigger pin for when I do get more pins. So I do think for now he is going to live down here. Even just move this one across a bit now, just so that the bees have more space to dangle underneath them. So now this is just the gap we're left over with. So obviously it's not big enough to put a print in to fill the space, but it's also not too big of a gap to worry about it looking funny, because you know that's just going to take like 2 or 3 pins to fill, and obviously at the moment I haven't got any pins on order, but Star Wars Celebration is coming up in April and when we booked tickets you could like pre-reserve some merch, and I pre-reserved the official pin, so obviously I'll know that will need to go in the Star Wars section, and who knows what releases will come between now and whenever that I'll need to quickly fill this up, and we might even have to look into getting a second pin board soon. I was tempted to maybe get a smaller pin board for all of my non-Winnie the Pooh pins so that this could be left just purely Winnie the Pooh. That might be something I have to look into sooner rather than later. But as for now, we are sorted, everything is on there. I might see if I've got quite a few stickers that when I order through small businesses they send stickers. I could always put some like pin stickers on there just to fill the gaps, because if you haven't learned, I don't like gaps. But anyway, that is all of my new pins put on. Might even have to invest in a new jar soon because that's filling up. I do keep all of my backers as well, so these will be going in the drawer for safe keeping. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed organising my new pins with me. They were mainly Winnie the Pooh with the exception of the One Small World pin. Just here's the last overview of it. So all the new Winnie the Pooh pins are just in the middle here. It's a Small World, it's just down here. So yeah, overall I'm very happy with how it looks. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please pop that thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more from moi, don't forget to click subscribe down below, or while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell, and we might as well. You down there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!